time now for episode 4, and as always, this show may contain some strong language which may offend. Okay. Welcome to episode 4 of Final Night Showdown. This week I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my personal life. A lot of people have said to me, I mean, I'm 22 now, and it's been a while since I've been at school, but a lot of people say to me, oh, do you miss being at school? Do you wish you were still younger? Everybody goes to that stage of where they would love to be younger. But, you know, you move on in life, obviously, and you have to get older and what have you. But I don't, to be honest with you. Well, okay, yes, obviously, just like everybody else, you know, I feel like I'd like to be young again. But then I think, to be honest, you know, at school, I don't particularly miss school really. You know, but I'm quite happy now, and I think I'm doing okay in life, so I don't necessarily need to worry about school. But then I think, you know, I miss some of the teachers. I mean, I had some funny teachers there. But I don't necessarily think I could go through the stage again, you know, of going through the whole 5 years. But then actually, technically, I think I would actually, because I was bullied for 4 years. It kind of, I didn't get, you know, very many GCSEs. In fact, any. Well, to me, I didn't get any, because I thought because they were so bad, you know, I didn't. To me, they weren't good enough. A lot of people say actually that I was a teacher's pet. I mean, okay, I didn't have, you know, that much friends at school. I still haven't got many friends now. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that I was, you know, constantly a teacher's pet. But I mean, I would have said that I did sort of spend more time around the teachers, and I'm sure they hated it, you know, because quite a lot of people hate being in my company. I don't know why though. Actually, I don't do anything to annoy anybody. You know, I mean, I think I wouldn't say I was necessarily boring. But I make myself laugh sometimes. And I think as well, actually, quite a few people actually said this to me. I kind of go through this stage where it's like a mate. She talks to me, and I listen, but I don't necessarily look at her, you know, right in the face. But yeah, she'll say to me, "Oh, you know, what did I say?" And I'll tell her exactly what she said. So it wasn't that I wasn't listening. I just feel that I don't have to necessarily look at you the whole time. You know, that you're talking. You know, I am listening to you. It's just I don't necessarily look at you all the time. I think the reason for that is, I think because I don't necessarily know that I'm doing it, but I think I kind of go through a stage of where I'll daydream, but I won't know that I'm doing it. And you know, and well, some people may class it as staring. I class it as daydreaming. You know, but sorry if I scare anybody. If I'm actually looking at you, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm staring at you. I'm just probably just in a daydream. You know, but it's, you know, everyone daydreams, isn't there? It's not just me. Mm. I mean, it's like I said, I've always thought I was boring. I don't necessarily think I'm extremely loud. And I try and be very loud in these videos. I mean, I actually shout at the camera sometimes. But then saying I'm not very loud, I do think that once I've had a drink, like everybody, I do think I'm a little bit loud, and I do some things that possibly shouldn't, that I shouldn't sort of be doing. Nothing rude, nothing, I mean, I have actually been asked, there's a nightclub that I go to, and I have actually been asked quite a few times. Now, I can promise you, and I know myself, that I don't have any sexually transmitted diseases. And in the nightclub that I go to, every time I go to the toilet, they actually ask me, they have somebody in there that says, oh, if you go to the toilet, pee in this pot, and then, we can test if you have chlamydia, or I can guarantee you that I don't have it. And I went to the toilet 3 times in the night, and every time she asked me that I went, and the second time she asked me, I said to her, she said, oh, would you like to fill a form in and be tested for chlamydia? I said, look, you've asked me once, and I said to tell you the truth, I have kids. I'm in a relationship. And her face was classic, and I mean, obviously she was shocked, I'm presuming, but and I said to her, I'm fine, thank you, I've never done. And I went into the toilet, did what I had to do, come out, and then when I went out there again before I left the club, she didn't even look like, she looked at me, but didn't say anything, and she was like kind of staring at me as well, like I've just shocked her. I mean, it happens, if I did have, when I haven't got any kids, or not that I know of, if I have and somebody's not told me, but it's natural, two partners, if you have kids, it doesn't necessarily mean I've got to stay at home. The partner could be at home while one partner goes out, and then the following week that partner goes out and the other partner stays at home and looks after the kids. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to physically stay at home. Well, I mean, I would bring them with me if I had kids. I would bring them with me, but they can't get in because you have to be able to 18, don't you, to drink and to get into anywhere. So that wouldn't actually be what made me think about that? It's pointless because I haven't got kids and they can't even get in. Stupid. Singing as well. Quite a few people have actually asked me to do a bit of singing. Please don't ask me again. In fact, please don't ask me at all. Singing is not for me personally, and I mean, I would give it a try, but I'm not going to because I don't want to embarrass myself. I think I've got a bit of a croaky voice. My voice is. Well, I think my voice is not. It's not always been a bit croaky. It's always been, not of singing standards. Well, I can barely speak sometimes, so I'm not going to embarrass myself by singing, because I can guarantee you that the second you turn the video on and me singing, turn it straight off again, because I haven't got the singing voice. So don't ask me, because I'm not going to be singing for you, I'm afraid. Maybe in a couple of years' time, or maybe if I have a few singing lessons. Just briefly going back to the drinking, what I was saying before about being very loud. It's not just me, but I feel the need to. I think I said this before as well. I feel the need that I have to update my Facebook status every 5 minutes, and I know people hate it, but I think that's why I do it. I do it not to wind people up, but I mean, as you know, as I know, and everybody else knows, when you're drunk, you talk bollocks. I mean, I talk bollocks when I'm sober, so people that know me would know I could be drunk, I could be sober. But I don't know why, I just feel that I have to let people know, what I'm doing. And especially, like, if I've moved from, like, I'll put, like, oh, I'm in this pub, then I'll update it to say that I'm in this pub. I mean, okay, I know it winds people up, but then some people say to me it's funny to see, for them to read my statuses, because when you're drunk, you don't necessarily know what you're writing. So, it's quite funny actually. And then the next morning, actually, when I've sobered up, I actually read my statuses and actually think to myself, what the hell does that say? Oh, excuse me. Whew. I did not mean to do that. I've completely gone off from what I was saying. Yes. I actually, like I said, I actually think myself, what on earth does it say? But then, as you know, like I said, when you're drunk, you don't know what you're writing, you don't even know what you're saying. And I'm sure that people look at me and they think, is he drunk? Is he sober? I don't even know myself. So, maybe I have to, when someone's drunk, because they'll be lying on the floor or they'll, whatever. But with me, you wouldn't necessarily know. Well, some people may not know I was drunk, but actually quite a few people have actually said to me that you just know when I'm drunk. So if you see me out and about, don't be afraid to approach me. I could be sober the time you meet me, or I could be very drunk. It could be either way, really. So, but do say hello if you see me, and if you know me. If you don't know me, you can still come and say hello. Just before I go tonight, it's time for me now to. I am nearly out of time. I'd just like to say a huge thank you, and I think I did say this before, but I'd just like to say a huge thank you to a lady that I met a few years ago. Her name is Donna Marie Foster. I would just like to say that she is a lovely lady, and you have helped me progress so much over the last couple of years, and I do hope that you're doing okay. I will be back next week. Once again, all that's left for me to say is, well, actually one thing I will say is that if you've missed my videos, shame on you. Come on, you've got to catch up. For me, it's a farewell, and I will see you soon. Good night. Mitch Relph returns next week. Make sure you do.